Today I am going to deal with narco-terrorism. The term narco-terrorism was coined by Peruvian President Fernando Belaunde Terry in 1983 to describe violent attack on anti-narcotics police by the signing path insurgent in Peru. In layman's term, the term narco-terrorism means the use of drug money to finance the terrorist activities. Narco-terrorism is a new form of terrorism using illegal drugs in trade for terrorist activities. Narco-terrorism is basically a nexus between organized criminal and the terrorist. Terrorism is defined as planned, organized, and systematic use of violence as a means of coercion for political, religious, or ideological purposes. Terrorism aims to overthrow the existing government by altering the status quo, whereas the organized criminal, on the other hand, aims to form a parallel government while coexisting with the existing one. Secondly, terrorist primarily uses violent means, whereas organized criminal prefers to be non-violent. Thirdly, terrorism is purely driven by political motive, whereas the primary motive of the organized criminal is financial gain. Due to end of Cold War, state funding for the terrorists stopped and terrorists started looking for the alternative option of earning money in order to survive. The second factor, and the most important one, is globalization. Now, globalization basically led to huge migration of people from the developing countries to the developed countries. These population groups are a good base and a support for criminal groups and a network for the terrorists as well. In many cases, they are the last station for the money gained by criminal activities. After 9/11, the US put pressure on all its allies and all those countries who are financing or state funding the terrorist. And as a result, due to the pressure from US, their funding stopped. And this led the terrorist organization to look for the alternative way of earning money, and this led them to involve in organized criminal activities. The use of internet by both these organizations sooner or later led to coming them together to form an alliance. The financial position of Pakistan is in a mess, and there is an abrogation of Article 370. Now, this had led Pakistan to think of an alternate strategy through which to fund terrorist activities, because they are not in a position to carry out terrorist financing. So the most viable and alternative method of terrorist funding is drug money, and now they are easily getting this drug money from the support of Taliban and the ISIS, who are controlling major part of Afghanistan and where 90% of the world poppy cultivation is done. It is a matter of serious concern for India because these drugs are the major source for funding Pakistan-sponsored terrorism in this country, and also because India is the only licit supplier of opium to the international pharmaceuticals industry, which generates huge revenue from export. The economy of Pakistan-Afghanistan frontier is dependent on production of poppy and cannabis. The drug money is being floated in an organized but systematic manner into the Indian money market, thereby damaging a financial institution. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, the whole population is locked in their house, and moreover there is a ban on liquor. So the alternate source is drug. This has led to drug menace. It has gripped several border states, irrespective of gender, caste and religion, into drug. Now that's why Punjab has recently sought special category status on ground of being victim of Pakistan narco-terrorism. Due to rise in drug consumption induced by COVID-19 pandemic, it is highly possible that our demographic boon may turn into demographic bane in coming days if we don't be able to control this form of narco terrorism. The most important steps that should be taken is more power should be given to Narcotics Control Bureau. There should be increase in manpower and technology to detect drug usage. More emphasis should be put on drug rehabilitation, and there should be a political will and commitment and to raise awareness about drug uses and its after effects.